Welcome to Afric Tribal. 10 fascinating facts about Swahili people. One of the most interesting language in Africa is Swahili. The language is used in Africa and beyond. Swahili is recognized as the second most spoken language after Arabic, which is the first. There are some words that are borrowed from Arabic into Swahili. 40% of Swahili words are borrowed from Arabic. In East Coast of Africa, Swahili is used as mother language or second language. Here are the 10 of the most amazing facts about the Swahili you ought to know. 1. The origin of the name Swahili. Just as we earlier said that some words are borrowed from Arabic language, the name Swahili is gotten from Arabic word Swahili. It is used by Arab visitors to describe the coast. This name is given as an indication of the people living in the coastal region, as the language denoted. The language is a trade language in the coastal region, and it is still the form of language used till date. 2. Swahili is our language, not our tribe. The people who are meant to be the native speakers of this language Swahili are usually called Waswahili. The name gives a picture to their language and does not stand for any tribe or any ethnic group. 3. Swahili is an old language, as it was recorded in one of the earliest documents, the Periplus of the Erythraean Sea, that explains the history of the East Africa coast documented in 2nd century AD. The traders who paid a visit to the East Africa from Arabia likely speak to the native people in their local language. Therefore, many researchers or scholars opined that Swahili is an old language. They cite this as AAA proof or evidence for belief. 4. Swahili is our Bantu language. Though, we got to know right from the beginning that Swahili borrowed some language usage from Arabic. The Bantu are also in line of this language usage. The Bantu people adopted this language Swahili as a lingua franca. The Bantu people that settle in the coastal region and mingled with the Arabs started speaking this language specifically. The syntax of this language grammar is Bantu. Arab, English, Persian and other varieties of languages only influence the vocabulary of the Kiswahili. Example of the explanation given above can be traceable to the use of numbers in Arab and Swahili as thus 1 moja, 2 mbili, 3 tatu, 4 ne, 5 tano, 8 nane, and 10 kumi. All these are purely Bantu numbers. The unfeatured ones like 6 sita, 7 saba, and 9 tisa are Arabic loan words. Their other words, Swahili also borrowed from English. Words like bicycle baiskeli, radio, television televisheni, and other words. 5. Swahili first written records. In the year 1711, the Swahili language was believed to be the first ever written record in the region called Kilwa. The 14 latter were sent to the Portuguese who reside in then Mozambique. This document was known to be an epic poem called Utendi wa Tembuka. The copies of this letters that are meant to be the original initially written in Arab script are well kept or preserved in the historical archive of Goa in India. 6. Swahili was the first African language to be recognized in Twitter. Back in 2018, the networking site of USA were able to detect words written in Swahili, which was tweets, and have the capability of translating them. This made the Swahili language to be the first African language to succeed bearing such name. Before then, Twitter had about 34 languages, and no African language was recognized. Swahili language was first recognized as Indonesian when written in tweet, and the words translated unintelligible language. It has been discovered presently that Twitter is capable to translate Swahili into English. 7. Swahili is widely used in media. The language is widely used in media. In East Africa and international broadcast. A number of radio stations uses Swahili to reach the masses with current updates. In East Africa, the stations observed are Radio Citizen in Kenya, Radio Tanzania in Tanzania, Sauti ya Zanzibar in Zanzibar. And the language is used internationally in stations like DW, Voice of America, and BBC broadcast in Swahili. The language Swahili is internationally used. 8 some famous Swahili words. There are a variety of words used in Swahili internationally. One of those words used is Hakuna Matata, popularly found in animated movie Lion King and Mr. Bones' artistical dramatic work. The meaning of the word Hakuna Matata is no worries. Another word is Simba, meaning lion, and safari as a loan word from Arab meaning overland journey. 9 Swahili is easy to learn. Among other African languages, Swahili is seen to be the easiest language to learn for the English speakers. There is no form of different pitch usage to learn this language. The language is easy to read because the words are pronounced exactly how it is written. 10. Swahili has a rich oral tradition of poetry and storytelling. The oral tradition of the Swahili-speaking country is effective as a culture to be laid down to the next generation. Oral like proverbs, poetry, folktales, folklore and more. Storytelling is known as mashairi. The storytellers travel from village to village, narrating stories that entertain and educate. In conclusion, there is a form of debate of those who actually speak this language. The number of people cannot be specifically given. Though the language gained much value internationally, it is widely used in Kenya. Swahili speakers are rated number 1 among the Facebook users. The East African countries that speak this language are Burundi, Kenya, Rwanda, Tanzania, and Uganda. Other part of Malawi, Mozambique, Somalia, Democratic Republic of Congo, and Zambia. Thanks for watching. Please do like and subscribe for more.